Hey, I'm John. I am the director of games here at Coolmath, and that means I do all the game picking, which is a pretty cool job. I work with Alex, who's not on this video, and Pau, who is here, and I'll let him
Hello.
introduce himself.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm Pao. I help out with picking games for Coolmath. Yeah, I'm also the gameplay guy right now.
I'm Maddie. I'm joined by Mitch, and we're the marketing team.
So, should we talk some about the history of the Cool Math version? I'm curious to hear about how that all came to be.
Yeah, so when I did all the searching for the Snake games, I was looking for ones that felt pretty good, and we found this one version online that was sort of interesting. We sort of opened it up, looked at the guts of it, and decided that this is one that's sort of worth riffing off. So there are a number of variables in Snake that are tweakable. And the first one, and probably most obvious one, is just how fast the snake moves. Another one that you might not think about as quickly is how much the snake grows when he eats. So a lot of times when you play these games online, when you eat, the apple is one box, and when you eat that apple, your snake grows by one box.
Super.
How many segments do you grow? Oh, do you grow like four? You get four more segments when you eat?
You get four.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you get four every time you
right.
eat an apple.
So we quadrupled it. If the
We
original was
quadrupled
only
it.
one square,
That is correct.
4 times as hard now.
Four times as hard. We played around with that quite a bit, and we think the growth being bigger than one box makes for a much more fun game. It's also pretty darn fast too. So
Yeah.
our version of Snake is definitely geared towards the sort of skilled adrenaline junkie rather than the leisurely grandma.
I like the fact that you get into the end game faster this way. Like you said, the Nokia version that I remember from back in school, it's one at a time. But then once you master that one direction turn, you're just filling up the whole screen. So it's like it just takes longer and longer for you to get there. So this way, it just kind of accelerates it.
Yeah, every time you collect an apple, the next one always takes longer, basically.
Like when you're playing personally, what are some of the things that you do, in terms of strategies and kind of to beat it?
That's a good question. I'm a little risk seeking, so I try and get the apples as quickly as I can. I don't know that that's the optimal strategy. It's really just how I play. Pau's doing a pretty job here of growing his snake, and definitely once you get to this stage of the game, you do kind of have to do what he's doing. It makes sense to kind of always sort of trace around the edges of the screen. You don't want to go back and go for that apple too quickly, right? If you were to turn and go for that apple right now, it'd be a very risky maneuver. He'd have to get in and turn again before he gets out. One thing that definitely pays to get good at in our version of the game, since our version is so fast, it definitely pays to get good at doing quick switches of direction. So you hit down left or up right or up left really quickly, and trying to get to the point where you can sort of cut and move double back in one grid, kind of like Pau's doing now. Or if you are approaching the apple, but you're one row too low or one column too far to left, being able to switch over one lane, if you will, is one of the skills I think it pays to master as soon as possible.
Ouch.
The game to play a little differently. That was pretty good. 137.
That was hypnotic. I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah,
watching it move.
it is fun to watch. It definitely is fun to watch.
So yeah, if you guys liked what you see here and are interested in more Cool Math Games streams and behind the scenes videos, drop a like, leave a comment, let us know what games you'd like to see in the future, and we'll see you next time.